This is Jessica Yaniv, formerly Jonathan Yaniv, who you may have seen on one of YouTube's top trending streams the other day talking to Blair White. They happen to be a self-affirmed trans woman who made headlines for the simple and innocent decision to go to a women's spa clinic and order a Brazilian, something they were refused. But not so obvious, you say. Jessica has every right to go there as a woman and get whatever treatment they want without discrimination. Here's the catch. Jessica has had no surgery down there, so when they ask for a Brazilian, what they're actually saying to the nice counter clerk is, "Could you please shave and wax my cock and balls? Thank you very much." When denied the ability to get a back sack and crack by 19 different beauticians in Vancouver, Yaniv decided it was their human right to get their testicles waxed and decided to take 15 of them to court, describing the treatment as gender-affirming care. Having a woman touch your male genitalia definitely sounds like something that would affirm your identity as a woman, Yaniv, because everyone knows that the only thing that distinguishes men from women is the pattern they shave into their pubic hair. Of course, the internet and beyond wasn't about to allow this bizarre act to go unnoticed and started digging into the background of this self-professed LGBTQ activist. Especially given that left-wing sites like the HuffPo, Guardian and Vice decided they were going to ignore Yaniv's case as if it didn't exist and leave it to the Daily Wire, Breitbart and Spiked to cover the story. Similarly, no gay or feminist news sites covered this, despite Yaniv managing to get at least one clinic shut down because of the sheer number of court cases that Yaniv had brought against her already. Perhaps the reason for this is simply that they are unaware, these left-wing sites, and live in a tiny bubble of terrible journalism. Or could it be because they're scared by how much Yaniv is setting back the trans rights movement by their actions? Actions, by the way, such as harassing a 14-year-old girl, continually messaging her and asking how to break into women's bathrooms, sharing selfies of themselves in women's clothing and asking if it's weird, asking if the 14-year-old had big tits, and being upset that the 14-year-old was not 16 because Yaniv couldn't mess around with her sexually. Finally, there was also a series of hypersexual Elmo voice style messages that I will not be sharing, but I'm sure you can find them if they're out there. Yaniv messaged a large number of women across various makeup groups asking how to have a period, something which is of course impossible for a trans woman, and what they should do in a women's bathroom, including delightful messages like, "Have you ever seen a tampon hanging out of a woman's thing?" as well as a bizarre hypothetical situation involving teaching 12-year-old girls how to menstruate. All of this was couched in language that seemed far more attached to a fetish than a genuine desire to help. Aside from the blatant pedo vibes that Yaniv keeps giving off, they also express some overt racism. Some screenshots were unearthed of them denying help to a man because they don't help people from Iraq, saying, "I can't stand Asians," and more. Left-wing commentators, trans community, activists, gay community, whatever. This is what represents you right now. Your silence on this issue is tacit approval. The centre and right-wing are left to refute this wretched excuse for a human being whilst you sit in silence and turn your backs. Grow a spine and take down those that are misrepresenting real trans and gender dysphoric people, you miserable cowards.